Welcome back to the Rice Dynasty here on College Football 26. It is week 6 in season 1, and Rice will continue their Sun Belt Conference play here today, taking on the 1-2 Trojans of Troy. Troy's gotten off to a slow start this season in more ways than one. They've had 3 bye weeks already and have lost twice. One to the number 1 ranked Clemson Tigers, and then a very close loss after 2 weeks off to the UAB Blazers, who find themselves one of the top teams in the Sun Belt along with the Owls. So a really tough start to the year for the Trojans, but they certainly are battle tested, you could look at it. And they're looking to see if they can hand Rice their first loss of the season. Leading the charge for the Trojans is quarterback Goose Crowder. He has 5 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, 4 of which came in that week 2 loss to the number 1 ranked Tigers. Running back Trey Cooley has over 200 rushing yards in just 3 games. Most of those came in the week 1 victory over an FCS squad, but he's been stifled on the ground pretty much the rest of the season. But wide receiver Ra Thomas, the best skill position player on the team, 125 yards against Clemson. And number 2 wide receiver Peyton Higgins is pretty good too. The skill positions for Troy are solid, but the strength of this team really comes on their defense, with 5 impact players along the front 7. Edge Elijah Davis, defensive tackles Julian Peterson and Luis Medina, and then 2 linebackers, Devin Lafayette and Jordan Stringer, are going to make things very tough on this Rice running game. If there is a weakness in this Troy defense, however, it is in the secondary. Only 1 corner over 70 overall in senior Trent Henry, and then some very middling safety play behind it. This is where we're going to have to win, and it's an area where we're not great at winning. We're not a team that throws the ball that much. We're very much a run when we want to, throw when we have to, and Chase Jenkins has had some mixed results with his performance, but we still come in with a very solid offense, averaging 30 points a game. Troy's offense, the worst rushing output in the entire Sun Belt. And how about our defense? Ranked 5th in the country, just allowing 15.2 points per game. Truly one of the best defensive units in all of college football. Rice is just 1 win away from being bowl eligible for the first time since 2014. But we are not going to be satisfied with just that this early into the season. We have our sights set much higher as we get set to kick off here from Troy, Alabama. Troy offense takes the field first. It is Goose Crowder throwing a quick bubble screen to wide receiver Peyton Hudson. He will get nothing before being taken down by Max Lofi. On 2nd and 10, it will be a handoff to Trey Cooley. He shakes off Ari Basala and is taken down by Blake Bonish, bringing up a quick 3rd down and 10. Crowder in the gun, takes the snap to throw. He dumps it underneath. It is caught by Ra Thomas. He breaks a tackle, but Max Ahoya brings him down, and the Trojans will punt. Chase Jenkins leads this Rice offense onto the field. 901 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, only 1 interception for the sophomore quarterback. On 1st down, he will throw and miss. Landon Ransom goals, a little RPO action with Quentin Jackson in the backfield. Max Balthazar enters on 2nd down and 10. Artis Cole going to come across the formation in motion. Jenkins will hand it to Balthazar, and he is stuffed. Taken down by Devin Lafayette, bringing up a 3rd down and 9. They spread out the defense. Jackson comes into the backfield once again. Jenkins changing the protection. Single high shell here for Troy. Jenkins back to throw, and he'll take the access throw out to Landon Ransom goals for a 1st down. And a very quick challenge comes in from the Troy sideline. They don't think Ransom goals got anything in bounds, but that's about as clear of a catch as we're ever going to see. Brings up 2nd and 9. Tyvon Byers gets his first carry of the game, and he will pick up 5, bringing up a 3rd down and 4. Byers stays in the game. They have Schwartz and Barnett go in motion to the right side. Jenkins now brings Barnett back over. He aligns as an H-back. Jenkins takes the snap. He boots right and is sacked. Taken down by Jamal Williams. His first sack of the season. He was not fooled whatsoever by the play action. A fantastic play of squeezing down on the tackle and then making his read and react. Troy gets the ball back, and they're going to throw the ball quickly. That is caught on the RPO by the second tight end for the Trojans. That brings up a new set of downs, going stack alignment here on the right. Crowder going to throw it outside right. Caught by a leaping Thomas. Breaks away from Porter. Breaks away from Lofi. Breaks away from Davian Hook. And Ra Thomas is going down the sideline for a Troy Trojan touchdown. What an awful display of tackling from the Rice defense. A unit that comes into today only allowing 15 points a game. Good for 5th best in the entire country. Amari Porter couldn't bring down Thomas the first time. Lofi tries to hit him. Porter gets another chance, and then Davian Hook comes in for the strip and just bounces off. 4 broken tackles for Ra Thomas. Scott Taylor Renfro puts the extra point through, and Troy leads 7-0. First down option. Jenkins pitched it to Taji Atkins. He's able to scamper and pick up a first down out to the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, Troy loads the box. Jenkins hands it off to Jackson, and some fantastic pursuit by Eric Shaw. Micah Barnett on the split block was not able to get over and get a hand on him. It brings up 3rd down and 10. So Jenkins with 3 receivers to his right. Barnett the only receiver attached to the left. He will drop back to throw. Steps up, going to run, makes a move on the safety. Barton is able to get into Troy territory down to the 46-yard line, and they're going to go fast now, bringing the offense right back up to the line. Barnett comes in motion over to the left side. Byers is the back. Jenkins pulls the ball and is going to run, taking it up to the 37-yard line before sliding down for a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1. Barnett in motion again. Jackson is the lone back next to Jenkins. With 5 seconds on the play clock, Jenkins snaps it, pulls it, and what a fantastic play made. That is Jordan Stringer. He just sifts his way through the mess in the middle and is able to take down Jenkins for a loss of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5. Pressure coming from Troy. Jenkins throws over the middle. Is caught by Landon Ransom. Goals. He beats Jaquez White on the slant route and is able to pick up a first down. At the 24-yard line is the Rice offense. Play fake to Jackson. Jenkins to throw. Going over the middle. Pass in and out of the hands of Braden Walker. Knocked out by Jordan Stringer. Brings up 3rd down and 9. Cover 2 look here from the Troy defense. Showing pressure. They don't bring it. Jenkins throws it short. That is Micah Barnett. And he is able to muscle his way through Lafayette's tackle to pick up a first down for the Owls. 3rd down and 9 shortly after. Barnett motions over, going outside of Braden Walker. Jenkins has time, throwing outside, incomplete for Artis Cole. He had him on the outbreaking route in the end zone. Brings on Adam Chase, and he bounces it through. Chase Allen had not missed a field goal this year, but he does this time off of the left upright. And it remains 7-0 for Troy, who gets the ball back. Breaking away from Lofi, but not from Max Ahoya, is Trey Cooley, bringing up a 3rd down and 12. 2 tight ends on the field for Troy as Crowder goes back to throw, taking a shot down the field. He was hit. Ball is knocked away from Max Ahoya. How about some pressure put on by Matthew Arabasala on the stunt? And a nice job by Lofi to knock the ball away. So Rice gets the ball back. It's already 3rd down and 7. Pressure coming from Troy, and Jenkins throws the ball at the feet of Micah Barnett. He's missed quite a few of those throws outside the numbers so far this season. He's really got to get that throw under control. 1st and 10 again for Crowder. He dumps it off to the 2nd tight end once again for Troy. So far, no catches for 1st-string tight end Ethan Connor. Brings up 2nd down and 7. Crowder to throw over the middle. Pass is caught. That is Peyton Higgins, and that is a first down. Crowder over 100 yards already. He goes right back to Higgins, who breaks away from Lofi. Makes a move on Jack Kane, and Troy is into Rice territory down to the 31-yard line. Nice catch and run here for Peyton Higgins. Troy's offense is moving. RPO. This one out to the third string wide receiver for the Trojans, and he'll be taken down by Awe. Brings up second down and short. Cooley is the back, but back to throw again is Crowder. He steps up and is sacked by Blake Bonish. His 5th sack of the season. He's had all of his sacks come in bunches. So if he gets one today, he's definitely bound to get another. Brings up third down and 5. 2 tight ends once again. Crowder hands it off to Cooley, and he is taken down by Ty Morris, who ends the Troy drive. The Trojans will get a field goal. The Owls down 10-0. So this Rice offense got to get something going here. Jenkins going to hand it off to Artis Cole. And how about the pursuit from Devin Lafayette? Beats Max Balthazar to the corner for a tackle for loss. A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and 13. Jenkins sets up the screen to Quentin Jackson. How about the block from John Long? And Jackson able to make a move and make his way past the first down marker. Fantastic shifty running from Quentin Jackson. On 1st and 10, Jackson's going to bounce off of the block from Brad Bauer and only get 1. And Devin Lafayette's going to have to come off the field for this Troy defense. It's a big loss for them. He's made some plays already today. Jenkins to throw on 3rd and 12, and he hooks up with Braden Walker on the dig route for a first down. On 1st and 10, Jenkins keeps the ball, and he's going to power ahead for a short gain of 3. An incompletion on 2nd down will bring up 3rd down and 7. Single high look again for Troy, so Jenkins, he'll take the access throw right outside to Braden Walker for a first down. Later on the drive, 3rd and 3 from the Troy 22. Jenkins hands it off to Balthazar, and he's got some running room. Inside the 15, down to the 10-yard line goes Max Balthazar with his longest run of the day. 2nd and goal, Jenkins back, and now he's going to run. Gets away, breaking to the corner, and he has got a touchdown. A little QB counter RPO action with a lead block from the running back. And Jenkins with an interesting dance move in the end zone, but he's put Rice on the board. Now only a 7-10 game. A pull here from Goose Crowder on Troy's next drive. He gets past Davion Hook and is able to pick up a first down before being tackled by Jack Kane. Now down to only about 1 minute. A dump off here. That is the first catch of the day for Ethan Connor, and he's got his way across midfield. Now with just under a minute to go in the first half. Crowder to throw again. He is in trouble, but stands tall and hooks up with Connor once again. Breaking tackles inside the 35 of Rice. 2nd and 9. Play action for Crowder. Has all day, dumps it off. Once again, really getting the tight ends involved. And Troy's done a great job breaking tackles. Rice's defense has got to get better at wrapping up and keeping their feet driving through contact. On 3rd and 6, play action and dumping it off. That is caught, and a great tackle attempt made by Andrew Awe, just able to keep Zariah Beeson from getting the first down. It would lead to a Scott Taylor Renfro field goal for Troy. Now up 13-7 as we end the first half. Rice's defense has not played up to their usual standard. The tackling has not been good enough, but only one big play on Ra Thomas's long touchdown reception has resulted in the only touchdown that Rice has allowed. Other than that, they've done a good job holding in the red zone and keeping Troy to kicking field goals. The offense, however, has not been able to run the ball whatsoever in this first half, and that is going to have to change if this is going to be a more successful second half for Rice. Chase Jenkins is not a natural thrower of the football. He was a former wide receiver, for goodness sakes. He's here because he can run, and Rice is going to have to do more of that in the second half. 3rd and 3 quickly on Rice's first drive. That run is stuffed. Elijah Davis making the play here, gets the ball right back to the Troy offense, where Crowder's back to throw. He has time, and that runs out. Blake Bonish sacks Crowder, his 2nd of the day, and that ends the Troy drive. So both defenses get a stop to open the second half. On 1st down, Jenkins goes play action, throwing outside. Wide open is Barnett, but Jenkins massively underthrew it at Barnett's feet. seems like any throw outside the numbers is just not even a 50-50, more like a 30-70. 3rd and 9. Jenkins hooks up with Will Swartz. That is going to be a first down. They go fast to keep the chains moving. Balthazar is the back. They bring Cole in motion. Jenkins pulls it and then bounces it outside. Tries to get a block from Cole, but is able to fall ahead and pick up the first down. The running game for Jenkins has been effective, but not so much for any of the running backs. 2nd and 12, after another loss of yardage on first down, Jenkins will hook up with Braden Walker, and he will get his way down inside the 15, down to the 11-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 9 from the 10. Jenkins to throw. He is looking. There's no one open, and he is sacked. Shaw and Williams in there to make the play, and they're going to bring on Chase Allen to try and make his first kick of the day, which he does. Crowder hands this off to Cooley on the next drive for Troy, and how about the block here from Eli Russ on Play Wyatt? Absolutely decleating one of our best linebackers. Brings up 3rd and 2. Crowder stepping up and running, and he will pick up the first down. Nothing open, but he's able to just get around Dylan Botts and get his way for a first down. Next first down, play action completed to Ethan Connor right behind Andrew Alway's head. A fantastic throw, and Alway did not get enough depth in his hook zone. 3rd and 9, passes broken up for Ra Thomas. Everyone's favorite PBU animation triggers from Max Ahoya. Rice gets the ball back. Jenkins on play action, dumps it off to Micah Barnett, and he's able to pick up a first down before being taken down by Justin Poe. On 2nd and 8, with the clock running down in the 3rd quarter, nice throw outside there to Artis Cole. It wasn't outside the numbers though, so Jenkins was able to hit it. On 1st down, a good run here from Quentin Jackson will be the last play of the 3rd. And we go into the 4th quarter, a 13-10 ball game here. Goose Crowder and the Troy offense has really spread their targets around between all their best receivers, whereas Rice has really been trying to funnel this offense through Chase Jenkins and the ground game. A little bit more success in the 3rd quarter, but still not enough. Here starting in the 4th, Balthazar is the back. They motion Barnett and Swartz over to the right to create an unbalanced formation. They give it to Balthazar, and he gets a good block, making his way to the 35 of Troy. Rice going to go fast. They keep this unbalanced look on the field. They give it to Balthazar. No, they throw it out to Landon Ransom. Goals. He breaks away. First down and out of bounds at the 23-yard line. How about the run after catch ability of Landon Ransom? Goals. On 1st down, Jenkins rolling. Dumps it to Cole. He was pressured by Jamal Williams. Just got the ball out. And Jenkins over 200 passing yards. Something he doesn't do that often. 3rd and 8. From the 8, Jenkins to throw. Gets it to Balthazar, and he is taken down short. But Rice is not going to settle for another field goal attempt from the hash. They bring Cole in motion. Jenkins sets up the screen to Balthazar. Gets a block, cutting inside, reaching for the end zone. And that is a Rice touchdown. Max Balthazar would not be denied on 4th down and 4. Fighting his way, sifting his way around blocks, and just able to stretch the ball out over the plane to give Rice the lead. Up 17-13 now. What does the Troy offense have in response? Crowder to throw. Great pass right over to Ra Thomas, finding the vacant hole in the zone blitz and connecting with his number 1 wide receiver. 3rd and 5 for Crowder to throw. He steps up, breaks away from Damone Green, but panic throws it out of bounds. A throwaway ends the Troy drive. Rice gets the ball back with the lead. Jenkins throwing outside for Walker. What an adjustment! Spinning his way back inside to corral the poor throw from Jenkins. That is a fantastic job by Braden Walker to keep the drive moving. Jenkins sets with another screen to Quentin Jackson. He's got blockers in front, and he's got the first down, and he's got himself into Troy territory. So Rice is continuing to move here. Balthazar the back gets the handoff from Jenkins, cuts it all the way back, bounces it outside, inside the 30, the 20, 15, to the 10, stiff arming Grant Barton out of bounds at the 7. The longest run of the day for the Rice offense, take it for 37 yards for Max Balthazar. He's had a very up and down season so far. His longest run of the season, however, comes right here. Rice trying to get some more points. Jenkins rolls right, throws right, incomplete for Will Schwartz, knocked away by Jaquez White. Brings up 3rd and goal. Jenkins out of an empty set. Goes into a long count here. Takes the snap, back to throw, trying to get away from pressure. He cannot. Taken down by Jamal Williams, his 3rd full sack of the day. He's got 3.5 of them. If you count the one he split, that ends the Rice drive. Dumped off here. Pass is caught by Ethan Connor, who breaks away from the Rice defensive backs and is able to get a 1st down. Some more poor tackling here by the Rice defense. Brings up 1st and 10. It'll be a handoff to Cooley, and he cannot break away from Play Wyatt, who redeems himself after getting pancaked on the previous Troy drive by Eli Russ. 2nd and 11. 2 tight ends once again for Crowder, who steps up, throws, passes, caught by Thomas, breaks away from Ahoya in a foot race with Awe, and he's going to win that one. It is the 2nd touchdown of the day for Ra Thomas, who just pulled away from the Rice defense, and Troy is going to go ahead and tie this game up with 2:35 to go in the game. A really bad angle taken here by Jack Kane. He doesn't even make contact with Thomas. He's able to stick his foot in the ground, break away from Ahoya, and then just pulls away from the rest of the defense. Back on offense now. Jenkins goes play action, looking to take a shot. There's no one open, so he steps up, going to run, gets the 1st down, but puts the ball on the ground, and it is recovered by Troy. Picked up by the Troy defense, and they have the ball now just ahead of the 2-minute warning in excellent field position. Grant Barton knocked it out, and Jenkins, who's been doing a really good job of protecting the football, puts it on the ground here. Cooley with the run, breaking away from Davion Hook for a second, but he brings him down, and that will be the 2-minute warning here. Rice's defense needs to get a stop. They bring Connor in motion. Crowder to throw. He is sacked once again by Blake Bonish, his 3rd of the day. Bonish and Jamal Williams are doing all the work for the Rice and Troy defenses respectively. 3rd and 11 for Crowder. Pressure coming from Rice. Pass is broken up for Peyton Higgins by Amari Porter. So they're going to bring Scott Taylor Renfro on for the kick to give Troy the lead with less than 2 minutes to go. Kick is up and inside of the right upright. So we're going to get a 2-minute drill here from Chase Jenkins and the Rice offense. We get a quarters look pre-snap. Jenkins back to throw. He gets the time. He's letting it deep down the right sideline. It is incomplete for Landon Ransom. Goals. And Jenkins once again missing the big post alert against quarters. It brings up 2nd and 10. This time he'll throw it over the middle and caught by Quentin Jackson, but you just gotta feel really deflating after missing your shot like that. Under a minute and a half to go. Jenkins throwing once again. He will hook up with Walker, but is knocked out by Kalino Levine. Brings up 2nd and 10. Rice staying in empty. Jenkins will throw, but he is hit before he can get the ball out cleanly. Brings up 3rd down and 10. 3 wide receivers. Jackson is the running back. Jenkins into a long count. He will take the snap. He's back, looking, throwing. He's got Landon Ransom Goals, who pulls away from the Troy secondary and is out of bounds. Kalino Levine can't keep up with the number 1 receiver for the Owls, and it's a new set of downs just past midfield. Jenkins to throw. He sails it incomplete over the head of Quentin Jackson. It's not been a pretty game for Jenkins. He's had to throw the ball much more than we would like him to. On 2nd and 10, Jackson stays in the game. He picks up the pressure. Pass is complete to Braden Walker. A lot of access throws against the single high defense that Troy has been showing. On 1st and 10, Jenkins goes play action. He scans, then dumps it off to Jackson, who's able to get to the 30, and Rice will take their 2nd timeout. On 2nd and 5, Jenkins will throw once again. He's rolling right, throwing left, and he's got Braden Walker for a first down to the 21-yard line. 45 seconds with one timeout. That's still plenty of time for the Rice offense that is in field goal range. But we're trying to get a touchdown here. Jackson makes the catch. That will be a gain of 4 now inside of 30 seconds. On the right hash, Jenkins throws over the middle. Pass is caught by Artis Cole. He's down inside the 10, down to the 6. Trying to run the ball here with Jackson and Jordan Stringers having none of it. Rice takes their second timeout. So Jenkins, you got to be careful with the clock now. You don't want to be taken out in bounds too much. And the linebacker blitz. Jenkins just able to get the ball off. Brings up 3rd and goal from the 15-yard line. Balthazar is the back. Jenkins to throw. He looks, fires over the head of Will Swartz, and it'll bring up 4th down. So Chase Allen on to try and tie the game. He's missed 1 field goal today. A hold from Bachetta. Allen's kick is no good! Just outside of the right upright, and the Troy Trojans will hand Rice their first loss of the season. Behind Ra Thomas's 2 touchdown catches and 157 yards. We have an upset here in week 6. And if you couldn't tell from the highlights, there wasn't a lot of running the ball from the Rice offense. I could not run the ball. Troy's linebackers, Lafayette and Stringer, were just all over any running attempt that we try to do. We threw the ball 48 times. Chase Jenkins isn't built to do that. And this was the first game where I was genuinely a bit concerned about Jenkins' ability to throw the ball well. He completed 70% of his passes, but anytime we tried to push the ball down the field, like Tulane ran some goals on the post route or outside the numbers, it just felt like a coin flip, honestly. The run game was not successful. The O-line wasn't doing a good job on their combo blocks. And the ball was put in Jenkins' hands to try and win the game, and he just couldn't. I think the defense played well enough to only hold Troy to 23, but some really, really poor tackling led to this game getting away from us. So our own mistakes were our own worst enemy, and the fumble from Jenkins, we got to take care of the ball. 2 missed kicks by Chase Allen. It tells the story of the game. Those are your points lost right there on a fumble and 2 missed kicks. If those don't happen, we win this game. And it's as simple as that. But we move on to week 7 here. We're going to be taking on South Alabama. But before that, we're going to talk about recruiting for the first time this season. Taking a look at some of the best players that we have on our recruiting board. This is quarterback Chuck Ward, a pure runner. It is an archetype that I want for this offense. I don't want to throw the ball that much. I want the quarterback to be a weapon in the run game, and I want to go after good running backs here, like Baraka Yearby. Another player here from Texas. We are continuing our Win Texas approach here in recruiting. Jalen Browning, a pass protecting tackle, is also from Dallas. And then we get over to the defensive side, where I think our recruiting class is shaping up to be a very strong one, with 3-star defensive tackle Garrison Sullivan from Missouri City. And he is a bust, but I really do like his skill set with some strength, some good power moves, and some decent size for a freshman coming in from high school. And then Dylan Northrup, a JUCO sophomore, good size at 6'5", 306. Another bust, but I do like his skill set. And it's an uncontested battle. We have another uncontested battle here for 3-star linebacker David Ortiz. Big Poppy is a thumper with some really solid zone coverage. And then we get over to Tony Hasty, a Mike linebacker with really nice coverage with 70 zone and good size at 6'1", 233. This battle is into the top 5, and we're looking like we're going to win this one. As well as Lamar Atwood, our first corner who is going to likely commit after this week. He's got a really, really good athletic skill set with good press coverage, and our first gem of the year with cornerback Delvin Harvey. And I see that 90 speed for a Rice defense and an uncontested battle here. He is from Baltimore, so a little bit out of the ways for us, but we are looking like we're going to win this battle. unless Toledo wants to contest us. We have two nice hybrid safety prospects here in David Iwachukwu. Some good speed, good man zone ability, some solid tackling. We need our safeties to be able to do everything in this defense. And then Johnny Rourke. How about 6'2", almost 210? A little bit less athletic, but he looks like he could be a really solid box safety. Maybe we shift to a 4-2-5. He can play that star role in the nickel for us. I see a vision for him. And it's a nice uncontested battle. Another player from Maryland as we move forward to next week. And we do end up signing Lamar Atwood. Our first commitment of the year is a 3-star corner. As we move to next week, we do go ahead and schedule some visits for Iwachukwu and then Lewis, the linebacker, as we go ahead and look to take on South Alabama, who is 1-4 heading into this point in the season. We're still 5-1. And we're still entirely in control of our own destiny and in control of what we want to do. One more win makes us bowl eligible at any point in the season, and that would be a huge victory for us at this point. This is already one of the best seasons of Rice football in recent memory, and we're not looking to stop here. I really appreciate all the support on this video, all the videos that have come before it, both Dynasty and Chalk Talk. It's been an absolute blast to go ahead and get these videos out and record it for you guys. I'm going to keep on pumping them out. We're going to go ahead and be back really soon with the South Alabama game. We're probably going to try and do a little doubleheader there with Jacksonville State in our next game so we get a full episode taking on ranked SMU. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.